I'm really, really excited to be here with you all today, and I'm going to be telling you how to do an effective one-to-one. So I've obviously been up, I've told you a wee bit about myself, so I'm not going to bore you with that part again. So we're just going to get right to it. But first and foremost, I just want to say, Success Day is a game changer. Well, Success Day can be a game changer if you're willing to listen, learn, and action everything that you learn today. And the last word's the most important word, is action. Don't just take notes and think, that's a good idea. Go and do it. Go and do the things that you've learned, and I promise you, your business is going to flourish. You're going to walk out of this room today with a spring in your step, a smile on your face, and ready to take on 2018. So well done, first and foremost, for coming along today. So I'm going to get to it, and I'm going to share with you how to do an effective one-to-one. The clicker works. Woohoo! So I truly believe that the one-to-one is one of the most fundamental parts in the business cycle. It's, in fact, I believe, the key to success. If you get really, really good at showcasing this business, at showcasing a life-changing opportunity, your business is going to get depth, it's going to become sustainable, it's going to grow, and it's ultimately going to change your life. So it's important that you get really, really good at it. And if you don't feel confident to do it, that's okay. That is what your upline is there for, to help you, to support you. Don't just wing it. Because if you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to scare off your prospects. They're never going to want to meet you again, and you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you're ultimately damaging your business. So what I want to show you all today is how we can have a really, really simple, duplicatable system. So it doesn't matter if you've been in the business for 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 years. We should all follow the same system. We should all use the tools that Forever give us. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's done for us. Like Kyle said earlier, it's about using the right language. And if you use the right language, you're going to be able to bring people into the business effectively. So, why should we do a one-to-one? Why are they important? Well, did you know that 80 to 90% of all the decisions that we make in life are based on emotions? So if you don't get face-to-face with someone, you're not going to be able to feel their body language, to see their facial expressions. You can't convey your passion. You can't convey how much you love the company. Nothing. If you're going to go back and forth with links and big long messages and explaining about the company, you're going to lose them. So it's really, really important that we get face-to-face with people so they begin to trust us. We start to build a relationship with them. It is really important. It doesn't matter if the person lives further afield. The wonders of technology mean that you can Skype or you can video messenger. So there really is no excuse as to why you shouldn't get in front of people. I think it's really, really easy to hide behind social media. How many of you out there hide behind your social media? Your hand's right. Me, I do, definitely. It's easy to do. It's safe because they can't see you and you just feel more comfortable. However, what I really want you to use your social media for instead is as a holding hub. It's where I want you to get all of your prospects, keep them in this holding hub. We call ours our Success Starts Here page. And what you're going to do is you're going to share engaging content, you're going to make it fun, you're going to have lots of interesting facts, live interviews, live BPs. And what that's going to do is when your prospect meets you, they're going to be excited to meet you. If you're sending out links of Natalie Valenti, Emma Cooper, Lisa Prescott, how is that person getting a feel for you? Well, they're not. They're going to get a feel for that business owner, and that is not showcasing you. So it's okay to send links to give a little bit of a feel for the company, but that's all it is. Ultimately, you need to get in front of these people. So how's the best way to do that? Well, the best way to get face-to-face is to actually ask somebody. How many times do we go on our social media and we're posting all this stuff and people are engaging, they're liking, but we don't ask them. oh no, we're not going to ask them to come meet me because they'll think I'm a weirdo. But we have to ask. We have to get really, really good at asking. And it's a really simple question. Do you know much about what I do? Now, you're always going to get one of two answers. You're going to get a yes or you're going to get a no. If you get a yes, well, you're going to ask them another question. Now, you always should do this. This is something that I learned a long time ago. If somebody comes to you and says, well, yeah, I have heard about Forever. Oh, really? What have you heard? You're not going to put the words into their mouth. You're going to let them answer the question for you. In which instance, they might say something like, oh, well, my friend used to do it. It's a bit like that Avon, isn't it? You've got to go door to door. Oh, no, it's not that at all. It's far more interesting than that. Let's grab a coffee and I'm going to tell you all about it. Boom, you're in. Now, if they say no, it's the same thing. You're going to say, oh, that's brilliant. You've never heard about us. Wait till you hear what I'm going to share with you. Let's go for a coffee and I'll tell you a bit more. And you're getting face to face with these people. So once we've got face to face, what are we going to do next? How can we be prepared to meet these people? Now, confidence comes from being prepared. Now, can you imagine if I was asked to do this slot today? I didn't bother to write any notes. I didn't really look into what I was going to talk about. I would have come up here and I would have fluffed it. I would have been a bag of nerves and I would have been rubbish. And you would all be sitting there going, get her off the stage. So I've prepared myself. I've put in the work. So first and foremost, I want you to work on your mindset. Now, John Curtis shares a lovely way of looking at how to approach a one-to-one when he says, I don't know about you, but I only sit down with diamonds. How nice is that? How many of you actually go into a one-to-one and think, I don't know why I'm even bothering meeting this person because they're probably not going to sign. I mean, they're probably not going to be very good anyway. I'm just wasting my time. Right away, you can feel my energy shift. Imagine the enthusiasm you will give to someone if you are thinking they're your next diamond. You're going to be giving them the best version of you, and they deserve that. So every single person that you're going to meet is a potential diamond, which is so much more exciting than, oh, God, here we go again. The venue. Now, that might seem like a really, really simple thing to think about, and it is, but believe you me, I have got it wrong. So the venue has to be a controlled environment because they need to have your focus, and you need their focus for at least 30 minutes. Now, I remember doing a group one-to-one with some of my team, and we thought we'll do it in a soft play. Yeah. Now, soft plays are great, especially as mums, for meeting and planning and really building your business. They're a fantastic place to use, not for a one-to-one. I had children hanging off my limbs. There was orange juice was being spilt. There was screaming wains. There was fighting. There was nappy changes, missed nappy changes. It was not a pretty sight. So, venue, a controlled environment, a coffee shop. Be prepared to travel. Make it easier for them, not for you. Presentable. Again, you know, you're not just going to show up in what you slob about the house in. I always think when I'm going to a one-to-one, would I sign with me? Would I sign with me? Well, I would if I make sure I make a bit of effort. I brush my hair, maybe paint my nails on a good day. So just make a bit of effort. You need to give them some information to take away. So our amazing new Forever Life magazine is fantastic. It really sets the tone for Forever, I think. It's really professional. It looks really, really expensive. So I think it's a really nice tool. You're going to get some business cards, a little sample pack. If it doesn't make you smile, change it. Catalogue. Something that they can take away with them, that they physically have in their hand. A catalogue. Now, I'm going to explain to you at what point in the one-to-one I would use the catalogue, because this really is a how-to presentation. I want to show you how I would do it to make it this simple, duplicatable system. So a catalogue. Your first steps to manager. Now, in the past, this is all I used to use. I never used to take anything else. But in fact, that is not a simple duplicatable system, because how I would use the First Steps to Manager book is not necessarily how everyone in this room would use it. What I want you all to consider using, I've just missed one, so we'll go back. Products to show. So products to show, I remember when I first started and I used to take all my products in my bag. Like, oh yeah, are you all right? It's just me, yeah, good to see it. Poof, the bag goes down. And they literally think I'm carrying some sort of dead body in my bag. But, you know, oh, here's my aloe products. No, you just need 1 to 2 products. Products that work really well for me are a hand sanitizer. Smells amazing. So they always say, oh, that smells amazing. Oh, yeah, you get that in your box, actually. The aloe conditioning cream, if you've not tried it, you have to try it. It smells unbelievable, and it smells really expensive, if there is such a thing, but it does. And again, they're always saying, oh, what is it? And it shows, again, that there's a wider product range, and gets them thinking about that. And this is the most important thing, your presenter. How many in the room use a presenter to do a one-to-one? Good, a few of you. So have you seen the new presenter that is available? There's a new one. You'll obviously get it on Forever Knowledge, QLS. Now, if you're not using a presenter, this is the simple, duplicatable system that I want all of us to use. Because it doesn't matter who you are and how long you've been in the business, this will keep you on track. This will keep you focused. This will stop you going off on a tangent and telling them every single fact about aloe vera since the beginning of time, including that Cleopatra used to bathe in it. I think I actually said that to someone. Like, why would they care? So please, please, the presenter is to keep you on track. And how do you get good at using the presenter? Well, you must attend your local business presentations. This is where you learn the language. This is where you get really, really good at showcasing this life-changing opportunity. So if you don't go to your BPs, go. It's as simple as that, because it works. Forever have put the system in place to bring people into the business, so why wouldn't you use the language that they use? It's stupid. So get the presenter and get using it, and I'm going to show you, using the presenter, how to structure an effective one-to-one. So first and foremost, the most important thing is to listen. We have to listen to our prospects. We are not there to sell or to convince somebody about Forever. We are there to show them how Forever can be the means to get them all the things that they want out of life. Not that you want for them or that you think they can get, what they want. So listen, it's the most important thing. We don't learn from talking, we learn from listening. So, finding out what's important to them. So, obviously, by listening to them, you're finding out what is important to them. And this is where the presenter is really, really helpful, because it prompts you. So, they have maybe said things like, oh, well, I'd really like to travel a bit more. I don't have any time with my kids. Oh, I just feel frazzled. I feel like I've lost myself. I hate my job. These are the things they're going to talk about, because you're going to be saying to them, so tell me a bit about yourself. Tell me about your kids. How many hours do you work a week? Do you like your job? Oh, I'm glad you like it, but what would you use some extra money for? Ask lots and lots of questions, and I want you to take notes. And you're going to say to your prospect, I'm just taking a few notes here because I really want to fully understand what it is that Forever can give you and how I can help you achieve that. So take some notes. And then the prompts are going to come up on your presenter: extra income, lifestyle, pension, time, recognition, career satisfaction. So all of the things that they've just been talking about, well, they're there in the presentation. So right away, it's relatable. It's relevant to them. And they think, oh, God, this company can help me. It's actually on their presenter. It's not just coming out your mouth. They can see it there in front of them. The Forever story. Now, this is where I think probably 80% of people go wrong in a one-to-one. I've sat in some one-to-ones before. I've done it myself. And we go on and on and on and on some more. And obviously, we are really passionate about the forever story, about the forever journey. It's incredible. However, your prospect doesn't need to know all of this yet. They don't want to know all of this yet. So using a presenter is going to keep you on track. It's going to give you the language to use. Successfully trading for 40 years, operating in over 150 countries, award-winning training and support. Now, because you have listened to your prospect, you're able to make it relevant to them. So maybe they've said to you, well, I actually did another network marketing company before, and then I had to actually keep putting money in. Well, that's okay. On your presenter, it says, we're actually a member of the Direct Selling Association, so we're capped. We won't be charging you anything other than your $199.75. And you're just going to calm their worries, which is an amazing thing, which is what you're wanting to do. You remember, you're building that trust. The products. So obviously you're going to talk about the products, but once again, you have to stick with what the presenter says. You're not going to waffle on and on and on. How many people waffle in a one-to-one? Oh, some of you don't. I bet you all do. So again, you're going to use the prompts. The world's #1 grower, 60-day money-back guarantee. So you really need to give the prospects, they're going to be thinking about what's relatable to them again. And by listening to them and engaging with what they've said, you're going to make it relevant to them. Are we starting to see a theme? So team marketing. So at this point in the presentation, this is when you're going to get your First Steps to Manager book out. Now, as I say, this is all I used to use. However, now when I use it in conjunction with the presenter, I just think it comes across more professional. It comes across more duplicatable. So the person's watching thinking, well, I could do this because I will have this tool to help me. So when I don't really know what I'm doing, I've got this as my guide. So you're making it far, far more and easier for them to understand how to do. So you're going to use your First Steps to Manager, and at this point you're going to speak about the different income streams within Forever. You could be a retailer, a business leader, or a business developer. Now, it's really, really important that from listening to what your prospects said, you're going to place them wherever they would fall. What category do they fall into in the marketing plan? If they've said to you, well, I'm just looking for a bit of extra money, a couple of £100, you're going to show them on our marketing plan how they can do that. How are you going to learn that language? By attending your BP. That is how you're going to learn how to speak confidently about the marketing plan. Because this is a point where loads of people just, I remember leaving my one-to-one and being like, oh, God, what is that? And it took me a long time to get it. But if we're using the right sort of language, it's going to be much simpler and duplicatable. Incentives. So at this point, obviously, you're going to get their energy really, really high. Again, it's all about the language that you use. You're going to be speaking about my friend. If you've not achieved this, a lot of people say to me, well, I've not achieved any of the incentives. So why are they going to want to join me? So it's about the language you use. You're going to say things like, my friend's been to Dubai, my friend's been to South Africa. You're going to make it relevant again so that they can realize, well, it's not just some random people and these checks are superimposed. They're your friends. So make sure you make that, use that sort of language. Expectations. It's really, really important that you manage the prospect's expectations right at the offset. You don't want to be going in and using language like, well, you just can come in and do, you don't really have to do very much. That is not giving across the right feel for who you're looking to bring into your business. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes hard work, it takes a willingness to learn, to be coachable, and see if that person sits there and goes, nah, I'm not that. Do you really want them in your team? No. You don't. And it's not for everyone. And that's okay. It's okay that it's not for everyone. So the close, this is a really, really important part as well. I used to finish a one-to-one and I would leave and I'd be like, I wonder if they'll join. Because I hadn't actually asked the question, because sometimes we get a bit embarrassed, so we don't actually ask. But it's really, really important that you ask, so what were your thoughts on that? What did you think? Are you a yes? No, maybe. Now, obviously, if they're a yes, you're going to whap out that application form. You're going to get them signed up right there and then. If they're a no, well, do you know what? That's okay, because I want you to try the products, because I know you're going to love them. If they're a maybe, you have to find out, well, what's holding you back? And if it's because they don't get paid for 2 weeks, that's okay, because you're going to post-date the form for 2 weeks. And say, well, listen, let's book in your planning. Let's get it all sorted. I've got your application ready to go. So it's still happening. It's just because they've not been paid. Is it because they want to speak to their husband? Well, obviously, you're going to go and say, well, listen, I'll speak to your husband. I'll answer any questions. Because let's be honest, husbands aren't very supportive usually at the beginning and think, what the hell is she up to now? Mine did. He's up there. So follow-up message. So this is really, really important as well. After you have finished your one-to-one, you really need to follow up with the person. So this is what I would put. It's a really simple message. Copy it down. It was lovely meeting you. Here's the link to order your box. My details you'll need to input. When you're ready to go ahead, we'll book you in for your planning meeting that we spoke about. Please start thinking about how much you would like to earn and when. Done. And finally, one of the most important things, and this is something that I never did until recently, but I cannot stress to you how important this is, and it was thanks to Emma Sproul, a manager from down south, that I am doing this now. She'll love it that I've said her name. So thanks, Emma. So basically, when we all leave today, I want every single person in this room to commit to speaking to an amount of people every single day. 2 people, 5 people, 10 people. Pick your number and commit to it. At the end of the week, I want you to tally up how many people you have spoken to. So say you've spoken to 5 people a day and you're doing it 5 times a week, 25 people. Maths on the spot. 25 people. How many people asked for a one-to-one? How many people asked to be added onto your Success Starts Here page? If you don't know your stats, you will give up before you reach the right number of people that you should be speaking to, because you don't realise how many people you should speak to. You don't realise what the numbers are. And if you don't know the numbers, you will give up before. You probably give up just before you're about to have success, which is really, really sad. So my time is up. It's flashing. So thank you so, so much. I hope that's helped on how to do an effective one-to-one. Thank you so, so much, and enjoy the rest of the day.